Hi, everyone. I'm Catherine Versillo of Create Me Free. And if you're seeing this, it's most likely because you have been following my work for a while and you've probably mostly seen me in writing. You probably haven't seen a whole lot of video or heard me speak. So that's what this is. The new podcast also includes video, audio and video, and I'm here to announce it. So as you can tell, this is new for me. It's very rough. It's not going to be edited at the current moment. I'm just using what's in the Substack platform to record and send this. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll get better at it and learn how to edit things and whatnot. But I figure it's better to start something messy and imperfect, but that I'm passionate about than to just wait until I can somehow be perfect at it. So this is just an announcement to let you know that the podcast is happening and that it also means that there's some changes going on around here. So I've been on Substack for a while. Um, I started here maybe 3 years ago, and I've tried all different kinds of things here in terms of trying to make it a viable part of my income stream. And none of that has really worked, but that's okay. I tried sliding scale for a while so that people could support me at rates that worked for them. And it was really great for the first year. And then I found out that I could not make the account renew at the lower cost. And so everyone was getting charged a higher cost. Anyway, I didn't do too well on that. It didn't work very well, even though I appreciate the support I got. And I love the connections I've made here. I've made a lot of great connections. But in terms of figuring out how to offer something to people that they want to pay for that's beyond just the writing, or includes the writing, I hadn't quite gotten that. So for maybe almost a year, at least quite a few months, I've just been offering a paid subscription if you can support me. It's $5 a month or $30 a year, and it doesn't really get you anything extra except sometimes some promo codes to my books. However, that's all changing now. So as of today, the price is going up, and the paid offerings are going to include this podcast. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the podcast in a minute. You'll still get some free stuff if you don't subscribe to the podcast, but if you do want to subscribe, now's probably the time to do it. So the price has already gone up. It is not $30 a month anymore, now that I'm offering this. But it is, or sorry, I said 30 a month, 30 a year. It's not that anymore. It's 60 a year now until May 17th. And then it's going up to a full price of $80 a year. So it'll be $8 a month or $80 a year. You get more benefits if you subscribe yearly. And I'll tell you more about that. But let me tell you what I'm doing and what the podcast is. So if you have been following my work, then you know that I've been developing my framework, Creative Health Cartography, for a long time, but I really officially launched it within the last year. I have spent well over a decade interviewing people about their experiences about the intersection of art and health. So I come to this from a lived experience of mostly double depression and some other health things that have happened over time, some neurodivergent stuff, some just being a human stuff, and how that's intersected with my creativity and how I've processed that differently over time. I started exploring crochet as a form of therapy, and I developed an expertise in that. And then that led me to be curious about the time crochet didn't work for me and for others, and then looking at different kinds of art, and ultimately developed a framework where I look at 6 areas where health, and by health, I really mean health and circumstance, wellness and circumstance. So financial health, social health, physical health, mental health, emotional health, all the aspects that make up our well-being. How those impact creativity in 6 different areas. So our health can impact our creative process, productivity, medium, content, identity, and our business or sustainability of art making over the long term. So I've developed this framework. I do a variety of stuff with that. I offer mapping services to help you identify patterns in this for yourself. I offer navigation calls, which are similar to coaching or therapy, but I'm not a licensed therapist. I have to say that. I got a degree in psychology and decided not to pursue licensure for a variety of reasons. So this is culminated in the new thing, which is, that's going to probably look backwards, but it is the Creative Health Cartography workbook. I'm super excited about this. I just published it. I'm launching this. It's going to actually have a tour here on Substack shortly. And the podcast is really going to start with this. So, what I'm going to be doing is essentially working through this workbook in real time, in public, without editing, um, showing you how what I experience as I work through the workbook. So, we'll look at all those different 6 areas. I won't be sharing the entire workbook here, but I'll be going through each step of it and showing you kind of how it works. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. It's going to be kind of like a studio tour a little bit, except the studio is me on the workbook, a vlog maybe. I'm calling it a podcast because that's what it's called on Substack. And I think I'm going to be able to offer an audio only version of it places, I think. So that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be working out the kinks of that as I begin. So the first like 3-ish episodes are going to be free. After that, I'll do 1 episode a month that will still remain free for my subscribers, and then all of the others will be paid. So if you like the podcast and you want to receive it, and or you generally like my work and want to support it, a paid subscription on Substack is a great way to do that. So that's what I'm going to be offering. So the podcast will start next week. Today, as I record this, well, today's April 15th. It's going live on April 17th. The podcast will be on Fridays always. So the next one will be Friday, April 24th, 2026. That will be the first episode where I kind of introduce you more fully to the workbook. We'll work through some of the initial, like what it is, what it's about, and then there's some little layout questions to kind of help you get the lay of the land. So Creative Health Cartography, obviously, I'm super interested in mapping. Why mapping? A map, I guess, is the simplest way to put it is you're here, you want to be here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the middle that you need to navigate. And a map is an excellent way for excellent metaphor for that and for working through it. So that's a system that I use to help identify blocks and paths and how to get from here to there, given the true actual state of your health and your creativity. So I come from a perspective that nothing's wrong with you at all. Nothing's wrong with the way you need to work. There's a lot of stuff wrong with the systems we're built into, financial systems, productivity systems, time, all the things, medical systems. But nothing's wrong with you because you don't fit neatly into that system. The system's going to be there. I wish I could change it. I wish you could change it. We can't probably change it, at least not not rapidly in real time. We can work on it. In the meantime, I try to help people figure out the best ways to be their healthiest and most creative given the constraints that they're facing. So that's what the cartography is about. That's what all my services are about. So starting today, you can subscribe for an annual subscription. If you do that, an annual paid subscription, it'll be $60 for the year, for 1 year. After May 17th, like I said, it goes up to $80. So if you do that, what you get is a bunch of discounts in addition to the paid episodes. So you'll get all the paid podcast episodes. You'll get 10% discount on the workbook, the PDF version, or I have a signed by me print version that you get 10% off of. I'm offering 10% off of my services, so mapping or navigation, discounts on future products. And also, if you do anything here on Substack or elsewhere, I will also be promoting your work. So if you're a paid member annually, you can submit 1 link per quarter with a description, and I'll share that for you with what is currently about 3,000 subscribers. Who knows how that'll shift, but and also across my social media. So you get promotion, you get podcasts, you get to support me, which I'm super, super grateful for, and discounts. The other thing you can do until May 17th is become a founding member. Founding members pay a little bit more, but get a lot more. So it's essentially what I already said, except that instead of 10% discounts, it's 25% discounts. Instead of 1 link per quarter, it's 3 links per quarter, 1 link per month. So I'll just promote you more, share your work, give you better discounts. And yeah, so you have to hit the subscribe button to do that. that all changes on May 17th. So now's the time to do it if you think you might want to. But the first 3 episodes will be free, so you can take your time figuring out if you need to. And I don't know. Is there anything else I want to say? I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Should I tell you more about me? I guess if you're if you're new here, you might not still be listening. But I am a writer and artist. I do mostly crochet, but I do collage art. I do found poetry. Consider myself mostly a writer. That's how I've made my career, but that has meant different things at different times. It's been creative writing. It's been a lot of content writing. It's been um, also developing my own, obviously my own frameworks and things I'm passionate about, and writing those in nonfiction books. Crochet Saved My Life was my book that came out in 2012. It's a look at how crochet helped me through depression. And I also interviewed about 24 other women about how crochet was helping them. I'm actually in the process, I don't know how long it'll take, of putting together a second edition of that book, because when I wrote about that, almost no one was writing specifically about the benefits of crochet. And so much research has come out since then. That I wanna update it. And I've also had much more experience. When I did that, I didn't have a psychology degree yet. I'm a little hesitant to go back and read what I wrote and see how accurate it was from a psychological or neurological perspective. But, we do the best we can at the time with the knowledge we have. But I want to update that. So I'm in the process of that. The next book that came out was Hook to Heal. That is 100 crochet exercises that I developed to help people utilize crochet to heal or grow or support themselves in different ways, through health things, through relationships, through anxiety. And then I have some other books that have come out since then that I'm sure I'll tell you about over time. But essentially, I've just been growing my career through my own changes, and I've been doing it in public in sometimes messy ways, mostly through writing. I started blogging, in the early to mid aughts. I've been on and off social media. Never particularly liked most of the social media platforms, but I have made connections there sometimes. I've used them the best that I can. I have mixed feelings about Substack sometimes, but I've also made some really, really great connections here. And I do like the platform for how it helps me deliver things. So I'm hoping, we'll see, that I also like using it as a podcast platform. If not, I suppose we can always pivot at some point. Right now I'm recording in the tool. You can also record off of the tool in a different system and upload it. So as I see how it goes, I might find out I want to do that, but I'll keep working on it. I'll keep sharing what I know. I'm very honest and transparent and happy to answer questions, which I suppose would come in comments. Comments. Eventually, I might open a chat for paid subscribers in Substack, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So I'm holding off until I know how I want to utilize that. So I used to launch things the second I thought of them. I was like, oh, I have this idea. I got to do it right now. And sometimes that worked out really well, and sometimes it didn't. But over time, I've just learned to sit with things and actually see what resonates and what sticks and what I really want to do and what how I really want to do it. So I have established a rhythm over time. Here on Substack, I write Dear Artist letters. Artists, and think about artists who have perhaps a particular specific issue, usually within the realm of what I work with people on through the framework. And I try to write a letter that hopefully sees and validates that experience. And then on Wednesdays, I share a more like theory forward piece, linking to other pieces usually, about pretty much the same topic. Now on Fridays, we're going to be tying that all into whatever I'm working on in the workbook through this podcast. So I think that's where I'm going to leave that today. And I hope that you'll join me on this new step in my journey. Thank you.